I guess I'm recording. Emma? Uh-huh. Well, I thought I would say hello. Hello. Hello, how are you out there in video land? I am just going to ramble. That's what I seem to be good at. Rumbling. I've been doing a lot today. I have been washing rugs, mopping floors, cleaning toilets, feeding my dogs, doing laundry, and preparing a meal. So I've been quite busy today. It is a pretty day, not exactly how I want to spend it. You know what I mean. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about. I have been trying to eat apples lately because they're supposed to fight stomach fat, chubba wubba, belly fat. This is supposed to burn belly fat, along with kiwi and can't think of what else. Anyway, that's my new diet comment for the day for you to follow, I think, if you want to lose belly fat, besides doing sit-ups, of course, which I do not do. Well, it is a beautiful day, and I should have got out and worked out, but I've been kind of sweating around the house too, mopping floors and carrying heavy rugs out to clean them up. Oh, it is hard to do by myself because once you get them wet, it's real hard to maneuver them. I need help. But my doggies had got him a little stinky poo, so I thought, well, it's time to get it out and let the sunshine. It looks like it's gonna rain. Oh, no rain. It'll rain on my carpets. Well, I guess a little fresh rain won't hurt them, as long as they dry out the next day under the sun rays. Well, I'm not sure what else to say. I'm kind of, I would like to, I don't know if Melinda, you'll get to see this, but I'm sorry about your house fire, losing your pet dog. That's so sad. There's been a lot of, okay, my computer is asleep and it's not waking up. Oh, there it goes. I've been reading a lot of stories about sadness lately, like a man who also lost his dog last night, or cat, I should say, cat. He had a house fire, completely burned out. Just goes to show you, this stuff, it's not real. Fire burns it all up. People always want to talk about reality. Well, the reality is this stuff doesn't last forever. It burns and it goes away. That's not reality to me. It's fantasy. But we want to say God isn't real. But actually God is the one thing that is real. And I am real. But my flesh is not, of course. It can go burny burny too. So, and this is something else I want to talk about. I don't know. I may not be saying something that people don't know. But it's about the ladies. It's for the ladies and men. I'm an expert. Anyway, what I want to tell women, and maybe some don't know that. I don't know. And maybe you do. And I might just be telling you something you already know. But what I want to talk about is when a guy likes you, okay, he really, really likes you. He pays you a lot of attention. Says all the right things. Well, that's really fine. That's great. That's wonderful. But if you keep leading a guy on and you have no intention of, say, hooking up with him, and you keep leading him on, making him think he has a chance by little flirtations you might do or saying things back to him, and not really telling him what kind of relationship that you really want to have with that person, you really are making a mistake. And the reason I say it's because guys, when they put a lot into it, put a lot into you, a lot of time and effort, they come to kind of like expecting you to respond the way they want you to. Okay? And I don't think it's good to keep a guy led on. I mean, if he's putting extraordinary, into you, you ought to let him know kind of in the beginning or somewhere in the middle that, your intentions are never to be a partner with him. He needs to know where he stands, because if you don't do that to a guy, I think it really might be dangerous even. I'm not saying every guy is going to be dangerous, but he might think, well, you owe me now because you led me on and you put a lot into me, or I put a lot into you, and I think you should pay up, And so, my computer could become unplugged. So, it's my personal understanding that I think you should not lead a guy on. I don't think that's right. If a guy thinks he's going to have a chance with you, and you just keep, maybe people will disagree with me. I don't know. What are your thoughts about it? If anybody wants to comment. I just don't think you should lead a guy on. I don't think you should let a guy think that he's got a chance with you. If he puts months and months of time into you and everything, and I don't know, I just think it could be a little bit dangerous too, for the wackos, that might think, well, you made me think we had a chance, and guys really do read into certain things wrong. If they get just a little hint of anything, they blow it out of proportion. I mean, you could just look at a guy and they think, oh, she wants me. I mean, it's just that simple. You have to be careful how you even look at men, They think it's a, come on. And the reason why I'm talking about this, because a lot of guys, back when I was younger, not so much now, but like when I was younger, I used to be friends, try to be friends with a guy, and come to find out they always wanted more. And it's like, I guess you can't do that with men a lot of times, because they always want it to develop or, blossom into more. And, it can get quite uncomfortable, because men have a tendency, and I'm not saying all men, okay, but I think some men have a tendency to think that if you just give them a tidbit, a crumb, or anything like that, they're going to take that as, well, she wants me, And you have to be very delicate and careful about those kind of things, because men have a tendency to take something and make more out of it than it really is. I mean, women do the same thing, don't get me wrong, I'm sure they do. But I think men, if they're really attracted to you and they really are in awe of you, then if you just really have to draw the battle lines. You have to draw the borderline of how far you want this thing to go. Because men have a tendency to, when they want something, and if they want you bad enough, they'll have you, I mean, or they'll try to get you. If that's, and it can be, like I said, it can be dangerous too. As you all know, stories like that have happened. So, I guess my advice is, women, if a man is really on you, and you have no intention of being with him, and you just keep leading him on, leading him on, and having him hang around, he's going to get the wrong impression. And I don't think that's fair. I don't know. Fair to him, and could be dangerous to yourself, if the guy turns into a real stalker, wacko type, And I'm not saying women aren't the same. Don't say, oh, women are like that too. I know women can be like that. I've stalked a few men in my time. I really have. There was one guy I did kind of stalk back when I was younger, and for me, I did keep going after him, and I don't know what he thought about me, but I got what I wanted, just the same. But I just think if a guy is overly attentive and just keeps saying the right thing and never says anything wrong and is just really after you, I think you should set the boundaries. I think you should let him know, unless of course, if maybe he can have a chance with you. Maybe you're saying no right now, but maybe that could change. I know that can happen too, but I just think it's very important that we set the boundaries. If there's somebody that's in your life that you have no intentions of being with, don't deceive them, don't play them, just to keep them around and get all those compliments and those nice things. I think it's very not a smart thing to do. Now maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I guess I'm not really an expert on relationships, but it's been like, okay, for instance, I'll give you an example. I had a guy, hopefully he won't see this, but I remember he was handicapped and he's in a wheelchair, and he really liked me. This is years ago. And he really, always said nice things to me. And then he gave me a ring. And I thought about it, and I thought, you know what? I can't keep this ring. I like the ring, but I thought, this would be leading him on if I keep the ring to make him think that we have something going on. So I did give the ring back. And then this place I worked at, these girls used to say about me, they'd say, "You're such a flirt. You just flirt with everybody, all the guys and all that stuff." And I'm like, no, I don't. I really don't. I'm just nice. I like to be nice. And so a lot of men may take that as, oh, I want you, but it's not really the truth. I was just being nice, and I was being nice to the girls as equally, And I know when I'm flirting. I know when I'm flirting. I know the difference between when I'm being kind and nice as opposed to flirting. I know the difference. I know in my heart I know the difference, I like to be nice to people, but the problem with being nice to men is they do take it as, oh, I can get her in bed, or I want her, or I can be with her, and that's so far from the truth, and plus at the time I was married, so I wasn't even interested in finding anybody where I was working, because I was married, happily married. And a lot of men, were attracted to my personality, and I just think that you have to, look, I'm not trying to get with you, okay? I'm just being nice. And I'm finding sometimes it may be hard to be nice to men, because men take it wrong, So I'm just saying, if you have a man that is being nice to you and you like him a lot and everything, but just know that if there's not going to be a relationship there, I think you should let him know where you stand. Because otherwise, I don't know. It doesn't have to be dangerous, but it could. That's my take on the matter. Alright, I've rambled enough. Toodles. I don't think I'm shutting this down.